This isn't just another motivation video. This is a mental reset, designed to rewire how your brain reacts when life hits hardest. What I'm about to share isn't for comfort, it's for transformation. After this, you won't ask for peace. You'll start thinking like a tactician in chaos. This won't just help you manage emotions, it'll make you resistant to emotional collapse. Once you unlock this mindset, there's no going back to normal. You don't stay calm in the storm, you become the storm. But before we begin, listen closely. This isn't entertainment. This is psychological warfare, broken into 3 parts. Part 1 is a mental hack, built for one moment only, the moment right before your mind breaks. Not after, not when things calm down, but during collapse, when most people shatter, and a few evolve. Part 2 uncovers the hidden price of becoming emotionally unshakable, the side effects of strength no one talks about. Part 3 teaches you how to carry raw power without losing the human part of you. This is your warning. Watch till the end, or don't watch at all. Let's begin. There's a split second before you mentally break, and in that second, your mind has 2 choices: fall apart, or rebuild itself while collapsing. That's what this brain tool was designed for. It's called Cognitive Reframing Under Fire, and it's one of the rarest, most powerful mental weapons you can ever build. This isn't some think positive nonsense. It's not pretending everything's fine. It's about turning your perception into a weapon when everything else is falling apart. Most people get hit by pain, and they absorb it. They sink in it. They become it. But a trained mind, it converts pain into power, in real time. Not, why is this happening to me? But, what part of me is being reforged by this? Not, this broke me. But, this revealed who I truly am. Not, I can't handle this. But, let's see what I become because of this. Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't react to reality. It reacts to the story you tell about it. Change the story. Change the outcome. Reframe the experience about it. And pain turns into purpose. This isn't suppression. This is transformation. You're not ignoring the wound. You're giving it direction. You're not shutting down. You're tuning in with brutal clarity. This is the root of true, inhuman strength. You stop spiraling. You stop feeling like a victim. You stop hoping life gets easier and start becoming someone harder to break. And once that clicks, nothing outside of you controls you anymore. Because the real fight is no longer about what hits you, but what you choose to do with it. You become unpredictable. And being unpredictable is power, because when people can't predict you, they can't control you. Here, words aren't just feel-good quotes. They are commands. You don't say them to feel better. You say them to reprogram your brain under pressure. Repetition builds belief, especially when things are hard. If you keep saying one phrase while going through stress, your brain starts to connect that phrase with survival. Soon, it won't make you panic. It will make you stronger. Pick one phrase. Repeat it when you're tired, when you're anxious, when you feel rejected or disrespected. Say, no emotion controls me. Pain sharpens me. I'm not reacting. I'm rewriting. Say it again and again, until it becomes your natural instinct. And instinct is stronger than thought, because most emotional reactions are just self-sabotage in disguise. That's why we train tactical delay, to force the brain to wait until the emotion burns out. When your emotions are high, your thinking becomes weak. Waiting just 24 hours before reacting lets your brain reset. Then your choices come from strategy, not chemistry. So the next time you want to send a rage text, quit something in fear, storm out, or give in to pride. Don't act. Just watch. Let time clear the emotional fog. Then choose. With full clarity. This gives you command over time, control over impulse, and a kind of quiet power people feel, but don't understand. Now choose one emotion you've been feeding like a god, and cut it off. No expressing it. No indulging it. No justifying it. Just cold refusal. Because emotions that are overfed become parasites. They don't serve you. They feed on you. By fasting from them, you see the truth. You take back your control. Choose one. Guilt, insecurity, anger, the need to be validated, the hunger for attention. Fast from it for 7 days. When it rises, just observe it. Don't feed it. Don't act on it. Don't even explain it. Instead, write what it says. Write what it wants you to do. Then do the opposite. By day 7, you'll realize it was never your strength. It was stealing your strength. Now, you own it, or it dies. You're not broken. You're just using old mental software. What if I told you you can sharpen your intelligence? Turn it into something cold, focused, unshakable, and that your understanding of manipulation can be rebuilt into a quiet weapon. That's exactly what Whisper was created for. It's not just a book, it's a mind upgrade. Inside, you'll learn the Mind Fortress technique to stay calm in chaos. Manipulation mastery to control conversations, perception, and people. Neuroessentialism to kill emotional noise and boost clarity. Mental transcendence, where your mind rises above emotional conditioning. They taught you to be emotional, to react, to beg for logic. That ends now. It's time to become dangerously intelligent. Reddit. Link is in the comments. This is mental combat. Each drill is designed to carve a new identity under pressure, not one that hides from pain, but one that stays clear inside it. You're not just preparing for storms, you're training to be one, to walk through other people's chaos like wind. You are reclaiming your throne inside your mind. No more giving it to trauma, no more handing it to old habits, no more renting it to people's approval. Real strength doesn't come from feeling less, it comes from owning your emotions and turning them into weapons. But there's a cost. When you become truly strong, the first thing you lose is memory. You forget the pain. You forget what it cost you to survive. You forget what it felt like to be soft and still breathing. And that forgetfulness creates blind spots. You start losing empathy. You stop understanding people who are still breaking. You see weakness, and you judge it. You think, why can't they just get up? But you've forgotten what crawling felt like. And if you forget that too long, you'll become what once destroyed you, but wearing your face. Because when you never show weakness, people stop telling you the truth. They start obeying, they start fearing, they stop seeing you as human. And that is the trap. 3. At first, it feels good. No resistance, no vulnerability, no emotional mess. But slowly, that control becomes a prison. People stop challenging you. They stop being real with you. They don't tell you what you need to hear, only what they think you want to. And if no one checks you, you don't become wise. You become untouchable. And then, unteachable. The more you harden, the more you start protecting yourself. Not just from pain, but from connection. You stop letting people get close. You stop letting them see your truth. You become the strong one, all the time. But strength without cracks? That's not armor. That's a wall. And a wall doesn't just block danger. It blocks everything. Then something strange begins. Conversations feel shallow. Intimacy feels like a waste of time. Being vulnerable? It starts to feel like a threat to your identity. Over time, you'll notice you're surrounded by silence, not because people stopped talking, but because you stopped letting anyone matter. Here's the truth. The final war is not outside. It's inside you. You've trained your mind to stay strong, to stop reacting, to stop explaining, to stop needing. And that brings you to a dark place. Nothing breaks you anymore. But nothing moves you either. You've built walls so high, even you can't hear your soul inside them. That's where this phase begins. Because true mastery isn't just about surviving pain. It's about surviving your own power, without losing the part of you that made it all worth it. Anyone can become strong when they hate being weak. But to stay human when you don't need to be? That's rare. That's what separates the greats from the ghosts. So let's rebuild the map. One that keeps your spine strong, but keeps your heart alive. You've learned how to override emotion. You've turned pain into fuel. You've silenced your reactions. But listen, emotion is not the enemy. Unfiltered, blind emotion is. Emotions carry messages. If you kill them completely, you lose the signal hidden in the chaos. So what's the new goal? Feel without falling. Listen without obeying. Let sadness whisper. Let anger knock. Let fear speak. But don't hand them the microphone. Don't let them drive the car. You are the translator now. You extract the message, not the madness. This part is non-negotiable. You can't be hard everywhere and expect to stay whole. The world will always want your edge. But your soul? It needs a place to put the sword down. Maybe that's a partner who truly sees you. Maybe it's a journal where you bleed with words. Maybe it's a meditation where the mask comes off. Maybe it's a silent moment with your younger self. Whatever it is, that space is sacred. It's not weakness. It's your return point. It's proof you're still there beneath the armor. Because if you don't choose where to be gentle, your mind will forget how. And once gentleness dies, so does everything that made your strength matter. This is the trap most people miss. You become strong to avoid being manipulated. Then start manipulating. You become silent to escape drama. Then start using silence as a weapon. You become disciplined to avoid pain. Then start forcing others to feel that same pain before they're ready. That's how you turn into the thing you once had to survive. Only now, it speaks your voice, and it wears your face. 4. Now it calls itself growth. But stop and check yourself. Why am I saying this? Who am I trying to control right now? Am I creating clarity, or just forcing compliance? Because you can win every argument, and still lose your soul doing it. When no one else can stop you, you must stop yourself. When you can justify anything, you need something stronger than your ego to answer to. This is where your code comes in, your personal law, your unbreakable internal rulebook. Rules you write when your mind is clear, so you don't betray them when your ego is loud. Your code must be specific, ruthless, personal. Examples. I never punish others for my past. I speak to reveal, not to control. I don't fake emotion to manipulate connection. If I lose empathy, I lose the game. This becomes your compass in chaos, your leash on the monster, your tether to the mission. Because without this code, strength turns into a craving for power. And that addiction? It never ends clean. There's one more piece. You can't grow alone forever. No matter how powerful you become, the human need to be seen never dies. It just grows quieter until it becomes a silent scream inside. That's why you must find the rare ones, the ones who don't fear your silence, who don't shrink when you don't react, the ones who challenge your thinking without needing to fix it, the ones who see your power and still look you in the eye as an equal. These people won't need you to soften, but they also won't let you vanish. And that's where you find your center again. Not in the crowd, not in applause, but in real, raw recognition. In connection that doesn't require you to be emotionally weak, only honestly human. You can lead. You can dominate. You can walk into any room and shift the whole atmosphere. But if you lose presence, you'll forget why you built any of it. Presence isn't emotion. It's awareness. It's the part of you that's here, real, alive. The part of you that remembers what you felt before you went numb, who you were before the silence, why you started this journey. Presence is the pulse beneath the armor. Keep it alive, or you'll become the armor itself. So here's the final truth. You've built the strength. Now build the discipline. To carry it like a weapon, not wear it like a mask. Stay sharp. Stay precise. Stay dangerous. But never stop being human on purpose. Because real power isn't just being cold under fire. It's being warm by choice and still untouchable. That is the real monster. That is the real master.